The year is 1177. Jerusalem bleeds. Saladin has united the Muslim world under a single banner. Egypt and Damascus answer to his command. Now he rides north with a force that seems endless. Mamluk cavalry, Kurdish horsemen, infantry hardened by years of desert war. Every report says the same thing. Jerusalem cannot face him in open battle. Saladin is 39, calm, calculated, patient. He has burned the coastal towns, tested every fortress, measured every garrison. Now he turns toward Jerusalem. Inside the city, fear spreads. The kingdom is weak, divided. Most of its army is far away in the north, and its king is barely more than a boy. Baldwin IV has perhaps 300 knights and a few thousand infantry. Against Saladin's thousands, the end seems unavoidable. Then the king rises. Baldwin IV, 16 years old, his body ravaged by leprosy. Hands numb, fingers wrapped in bandages. Lesions across his face. A boy who should be confined to a sickbed. Instead, he stands. We ride today, Baldwin says. Every man who can sit a horse. The nobles stare in silence. A dying king against Saladin. 300 knights against an army that darkens the horizon. Baldwin does not wait for their approval. Bring my armor, he commands. Bring my horse. Bring the true cross. He understands what fear has made others forget. When darkness comes, you do not measure numbers. You charge. Word spreads through Jerusalem. The Leper King rides to war. The Templars respond at once. 80 knights in white mantles marked with red crosses form ranks. Sergeants seize weapons. Officers shout orders. The city watches as Baldwin mounts his warhorse, gripping the reins with hands that barely feel. He rides because he is king. He rides because Jerusalem is his to defend. Baldwin reaches Ascalon the same day as Saladin. He sees the overwhelming enemy host and withdraws behind the city walls. Saladin assumes the boy king is finished and turns toward Jerusalem. His army spreads across the countryside, raiding, plundering, confident. No one believes a Christian force could threaten them. But Baldwin is not finished. He issues the area ban, calling every able-bodied Christian to arms. Templars break out from Gaza to join him. Burgesses flood to his banner. When Baldwin rides again, he commands nearly 500 knights and several thousand infantry. Still outnumbered, still facing impossible odds, but no longer alone, then the scouts return. Saladin's army is stretched across miles. Raiding parties scattered everywhere. Only a fraction remains close to the Sultan himself. 5,000 to 8,000 men near Montgisard. Unprepared, Baldwin sees the opening instantly. Then that is where we strike. It is madness, but madness with hope is better than waiting to die behind Jerusalem's walls. They march east. As the afternoon light fades on November 25th, the Christian army reaches high ground overlooking a wide valley. Below them lies Saladin's camp, relaxed, scattered, unguarded. Fires burn. Horses stand unsaddled. Men eat, laugh, rest. They believe no enemy is near. They are wrong. Baldwin dismounts. His legs tremble as he kneels. Knights kneel around him. The true cross is raised high. They do not pray for victory. They pray for strength. Baldwin rises. Below us stands the man who will destroy everything we love, he says. He believes God has abandoned us. Let us show him how wrong he is. Baldwin mounts his horse. The Templars tighten into a wedge. Lances lower. Armor gleams in the fading light. At the tip rides a 16-year-old king whose body is failing, but whose will refuses to break. They descend the ridge, not at a gallop, not yet, a controlled descent. Horses steady, riders silent, like a drawn bow. The Muslims in the valley look up in confusion. For a heartbeat, no one moves. No one speaks. Then the first shout rises. Baldwin lowers his sword. The trot becomes a canter. The canter becomes thunder. The valley erupts. Armor rattles. Hoofs hammer the earth. Lances drop in perfect unison. The sound rolls across the valley like a storm breaking open. The camp reacts too late. Archers reach for bows. Cavalry scramble to mount. Orders vanish beneath the roar. The impact is immediate. The first line of Saladin's troops does not break. It is erased. Shields fly. Riders fall. Lances punch through armor and splinter apart. Swords ignite into motion. The Templar wedge crashes through the disorganized front like a blade through cloth. Brutal, efficient, unstoppable. Odo of St. Amand rides at the heart of the formation. His sword rises and falls. Every movement deliberate, nothing wasted. Baldwin rides just behind the tip. Pain tears through him with every udar of the saddle, but the charge carries him forward, lifting him beyond flesh. Saladin appears at last, shocked, surrounded by guards who drag him back as the Christians tear closer. He tries to rally his men, but shock has already broken them. No one expected a charge here. No one expected 500 to attack thousands. No one expected the Christians to fight like this. The Templars crash into Saladin's guard. Baldwin sways in the saddle. Pain overwhelms him. His arm trembles. His vision blurs. He falls. 2 Templars catch him before he strikes the ground. Dust clings to his bandaged face. For a moment, the valley holds its breath. Then his eye opens. Did we win? Yes, my king, Odo answers. You shattered them. Dawn breaks over Montgisard. The cost is heavy. Hundreds dead, hundreds wounded. But Jerusalem still stands. The surviving Christians walk among the fallen. They close the eyes of brothers. Speak prayers. These men died defending their land. They died free. They died victorious. Baldwin survives the night. His physicians cannot understand how. They know they are only delaying the inevitable. Still, Baldwin insists on standing, on walking among his men. Wrapped in bandages, limping, he moves through the camp. Soldiers fall silent as he passes. This boy who refuses to die. This king who defies his own body. He thanks them, calls them brothers, tells them they saved Jerusalem. The true cross is raised. Mass is said, hymns carry across the battlefield. Word spreads across the Levant like fire. Saladin defeated, the invincible Sultan humbled, the Leper King triumphant. Baldwin rides through Jerusalem's gates. The people wait in silence. They see their king, 16 years old, broken, barely sitting his horse. This is what victory looks like. Baldwin IV will die in 1185 at the age of 24. He will rule until the end. Saladin will return. He will take Jerusalem in 1187, but Montgisard will haunt him forever. Because without that single afternoon, Jerusalem would have fallen 10 years earlier. History turned not on numbers, but on will, on a dying boy who refused to surrender. This was the miracle of Montgisard.